my first fight with him, he came to me. He had a partially torn Achilles, and so that was right before his Angulo fight back in, I think, Oklahoma City. And we had about 10, 12 weeks to prepare with a partially torn Achilles. And so I did a full assessment. His balance was horrible. His foot intrinsic, so like his feet were all kind of pointing in different directions. The toes were all weird. His balance was horrible, core, everything.
I guarantee you by the time I'm finished, I'm gonna be one of the greatest fighters of all time.
So today is a special day. We just got the Ring magazine, and guess who's on the cover? It's been a long time coming, man. I've been professional now 12 years. I've been boxing 25 years. You can see all the work I've done, and I'm very happy. I'm very grateful for everything I've done in my career. I'm very grateful for my people that have been around me.
I think he is an all-time great already in here and in here. So now he just got to show it. I think he's been building the right building blocks. I think he already has one of the better resumes in boxing. And I think this is the perfect time and perfect opportunity to show people what greatness looks like and how greatness is being manufactured and how greatness is being shaped.
David Benavidez and Zurdo Ramirez showcase relentless intensity with their training marked by discipline and focus. Guided by Coach Cam Aaron, Benavidez's morning routine builds strength, conditioning, and motivation, sharpening preparation for elite boxing competition. Every session is designed to push the Mexican monster to his limits, ensuring he is ready for the toughest test of his career at cruiserweight. Benavidez proudly owns his personal gym where he trains with focus and intensity, saying the environment helps him relax, recharge, and prepare mentally for the challenges of boxing.
64 days to go. 10 more seconds. It's always you against yourself, baby. It's the morning session, the 6 a.m. session. So this morning we did our run, and I'm starting the sprints. I introduced them slowly to regular, and then we did incline sprints, so we can get a lot more lactic acid. But it's an incline, so it's not going as fast, but still fast enough. Like see that second wind? Remember I told you? It's there. I got it up, but we got to continue that. You brought the pressure, I got to continue it. So it's important to have that wavelength and have that program set for that. And then we got to go to boxing gym after. I'm going to give him a break, 3-4 hours, and then sleep, get some food in you, rest, a lot of water. Fascia system needs hydration. So I got to make sure he keeps drinking. Drink that water.
Having his own space allows him to control every aspect of his preparation, from the equipment to the atmosphere. This sanctuary has become essential to his success and his ability to maintain peak performance. Jose Benavidez admits that every time his younger brother steps into the ring, he feels worried for the opponent, knowing firsthand the destructive power David brings with every punch.
I know there's a lot of things that we could accomplish, and there's a lot of things that we could give back, not only to our people, but to our community, you know what I mean? We got a lot of fighters here. One of our friends painted this. He goes to the first Benavidez boxing gym, the one in Burien. He paints them all himself, so he's a talented brother. So but yeah, this is my dad's design, you know what I mean? This is actually my first time, starting training camp here in this gym.
I hear a lot of love there, man.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
So this is like blood. This is more than just boxing.
It kind of puts me into that place of relaxation. So for when I come here to the gym, all my thoughts are in line, and I know exactly what I need to work on.
As someone who has trained alongside David and witnessed his development firsthand, Jose understands better than anyone the level of devastation his brother can unleash. His words carry the weight of someone who has seen the damage up close. David Benavidez explains that his family is the driving force behind his motivation, inspiring him daily to give his best, while boxing remains his lifelong passion and ultimate purpose.
In the ring, I'm very concerned for the opponents, the sparring partners, but at the end of the day, we have to do it, these guys are taking a lot of punishment.
Support of his loved ones has been a constant throughout his career, pushing him forward even in the toughest moments. For Benavidez, every fight is about more than personal glory, it is about honoring those who have believed in him from the beginning. Mike On the other hand, Zurdo Ramirez trains relentlessly in the gym, declaring he feels fully prepared, calm, and confident with no nerves, knowing he has given his absolute best for this fight.
And it makes me happy. This is my passion. Like I said, my family keeps me motivated. My wife, my children, my father, my mother, my brothers, and just the people that support me. The type of fighter I am, I've never been an intimidating type of guy outside the ring. Like if you see me, I'm a nice guy, you know, probably people think I won't hurt a fly. But when I get into the ring, it's a completely different story. And it's been like that since I've been a little kid. Since I was 14 years old, people would always look at me, laughing at me. When I was in the gym, before a sparring session, I was like, we're gonna beat this little fat kid, you know what I mean? He's nothing. I'd get in the ring, a monster comes out. It's been like that since I was a little kid. I feel like boxing is like the best representation of life. You gotta fight for what you believe, and you gotta go all in or not at all. Because if you don't go all in, you're not gonna manifest your...
Moreover, Zurdo expresses excitement, saying he cannot wait to step into the ring with David Benavidez, eager to showcase his preparation, determination, and readiness for the upcoming clash.
You're very inspiring, seeing you work hard every day. I love it. I'm just doing it for cardio, but I see a warrior like yourself, and I'm like, man, this dude's no joke, man. Keep up the great work. God bless you and your family, man. Knock everybody out. Get the belts, get the money, and get...
In the work he has put in and the belief that his style will cause problems for the Mexican monster, Chris Wong, his physical therapist, praises Zurdo's extraordinary willpower and work ethic, describing them as unmatched, highlighting how his discipline and dedication set him apart from others in the sport. The commitment Ramirez has shown in his preparation has impressed everyone around him.
Because I know that I've been working hard for this fight, and I've been working so good, and I can't wait. It just matters.
With Wong noting that his mental toughness is just as impressive as his physical abilities. Zurdo's power, speed, offense, and defense operate on another level, combining explosiveness and precision, making him a dangerous complete fighter capable of overwhelming opponents with relentless skill and sharp execution.
Almost 5 years ago, my first fight with him, he came to me. He had a partially torn Achilles, and so that was right before his Angulo fight back in Oklahoma City. And we had about 10, 12 weeks to prepare with a partially torn Achilles. And so I did a full assessment. His balance was horrible. His foot intrinsics, so like his feet were all kind of pointing in different directions. The toes were all weird. His balance was horrible, core, everything. He was very weak, but you know, as I got to know him, I saw that the intangibles that he had was his willpower, his ethics, his work ethics and everything was just on a whole nother level. But for him to get to that world champion level already with what he was working with was,
his ability to seamlessly transition between offensive and defensive phases of the fight makes him a difficult puzzle to solve. Against Benavidez, Ramirez will need every tool in his arsenal to emerge victorious. At the press conference, Zurdo Ramirez shows respect toward David Benavidez, acknowledging his strength and promising fans an exciting showdown, emphasizing that their fight will be a thrilling spectacle for boxing.
Everything is really good.
Today's scrap you got first.
Today?
But
man, that's an everyday thing. Today was easy. Easy day.
For sure.
I actually got first place by accident.
My son scrapping
by accident.
Between the two fighters was evident as they faced off, with both men understanding the magnitude of the moment and what is at stake on May 2nd. Fighters step face to face, their eyes locked with intensity yet filled with mutual respect.
So glad to be here to make a huge fight for this May 2nd, and I want to say don't miss the fight. And Benavidez, his team, he helped me a lot for my first fight, world title fight. And I know him, we know each other, but I think it will be an exciting, super exciting fight. Pero Zurdo Ramirez.
Neither flinches, both acknowledging the other's dedication, discipline, and strength, promising fans an unforgettable clash of champions. The stare-down captured the essence of what makes this fight so compelling: two warriors who respect each other but are fully prepared to go to war when the bell rings. Zurdo Ramirez says the fight with David Benavidez is very exciting because they know each other well and expect a great matchup.
WBA, WBO Cruiserweight World Champion Zurdo Ramirez against El Monstro David Benavidez, moving up to the Cruiserweight division. A
fight that's been brewing for years. They've known each other for...
Not surprised the fight got made, explaining that both fighters and their teams were already working on it. Discussion started quickly after Benavidez's last fight and everything came together smoothly. The familiarity between the two camps made negotiations straightforward, and both sides were eager to make the fight happen.
And 12 round, exciting, and we know each other and we know that it'd be a really good fight.
How surprised were you that this fight got made? Like, did it catch you by surprise?
No, because he wanted, I wanted, my team wanted, we were working on it to make it happen, and I'm happy and glad to happen right now.
When did you guys start working on it? Because to me and other fans, it came as a surprise. Like, we weren't expecting it.
Yeah, before he get the fight, I think we was working on it in this fight, and then it happened, and then he just said that it happened during his fight.
Yeah, he last fought against Yard, I believe, in November.
Yeah.
So did discussions start like in October to make the fight happen?
Yeah. It was like pretty quick, the discussion and the fight, the deal.
Also said Oscar De La Hoya was confident it would happen and he is happy to be working with Golden Boy. The fight is set for May 2nd in Las Vegas at the T-Mobile Arena with both titles on the line. He praised Benavidez's last performance, calling him a strong, aggressive fighter who throws many punches and pressures opponents. Having sparred with him before, Zurdo believes the fight will be a thrilling war with knockouts and non-stop action. He says both are warriors and the best must fight the best. This sentiment reflects the spirit of Mexican boxing, where honor and courage are valued above all else. David Benavidez explained that his plan was never to leave the light heavyweight division permanently.
I remember most of sparring against David.
It was pretty good, but honestly, as a fighter, I don't remember. Like, I remember that I did many times sparring, but not like being in the ring, like how he moved and everything. No.
Do you think he's evolved, he's gotten better from what you remember?
Yeah, he got a lot better.
Yeah? In what areas do you feel?
Because he throw more punches, he's constantly like pushing to the guys, and I mean, I just can say, like, don't miss the fight, be a great fight.
So you're expecting like toe-to-toe, like...
Yeah, I'm expecting a war.
Blood?
Yeah, everything.
Knockouts, knockdowns?
Maybe, yeah.
Maybe.
Instead, he moved up with a strategy, capture 2 titles, then return and make a bigger fight happen. He said his dream is to become a unified champion and he is already close to that goal. Benavidez emphasized that he understands people worry about his weight, but he doesn't want fans stressing about it. He will handle it himself. His focus is on giving fans the biggest and best fights possible. He also said that after winning titles, he plans to move on to face top opponents like Artur Beterbiev. For him, it's about legacy and making fights the public deserves. Among potential matchups, he said Beterbiev excites him the most because it would be 2 powerful fighters colliding. Benavidez believes fans want to see that kind of high-intensity monster versus monster showdown. Jayo Pataya said he wants the best man to win in the upcoming fight and hopes the event becomes big as both fighters are highly skilled and respected.
I said my plan wasn't just to abandon the light heavyweight division. My plan was come up, grab 2 titles, come back down, and make this fight with me and Bivol even bigger. That's exactly what I want to do. You know, that my dream is to become a unified champion. So I'm already there. You know, my foot is already there, basically at the finish line. So it's smart for me to come back down. And you know, obviously a lot of people are worried about the weight, this and that. But like I tell everybody, don't worry about that. Let me worry about that. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm just trying to give you guys the best fights possible, the best fights out there. And then after that fight, when I capture the titles, I'm going and I'm fighting Beterbiev. So I'm just trying to give the biggest and best fights happen to the fans. And you know, I mean, for me, my legacy, this is really what I feel like I have to do. Nobody tells me I have to come back down. Nobody else tells me I have to go and fight Zurdo Ramirez. Nobody tells me I have to fight Benavidez. But I want to do it for myself because I know the fans boxing.
An exciting matchup and a great moment for boxing when top-level athletes face each other. Opetaia added that he is focused on the winner of this fight as he plans to potentially face whoever comes out on top next. He made it clear that he is ready for any challenge and is watching the situation closely. For Opetaia, this fight is very important for the division and he sees it as a key step in determining future matchups. He is highly motivated to compete against the champion next and wants to test himself against the very best in the sport, showing confidence, ambition, and full readiness for a major world title opportunity ahead. Henry the analyst breaks down this matchup in detail, focusing on both fighters' styles, strengths, and tactical approaches.
Versus Zurdo, they're going for the unification fight. Who do you have in that fight, and would you like to fight the winner?
Honestly, man, it doesn't bother me. You know what I mean? May the best man win, and when they do, let's get it on. You know, I don't want no excuses. You know, I want the better fighter to win. I want it to be a good fight. You know, I want them to show. I want it to be promoted and be a fucking big fight. Because when we fight, it's better for me. You know what I mean? All I'm chasing is undisputed and legacy. You know what I mean? Everything else just comes with it. But I've always said the same thing. I've never taken my eye off the go.
Claims that the light heavyweight champion being analyzed has an almost complete skill set with very few weaknesses, reflected in his record of 48-1 with 30 knockouts. The only loss he notes came against David Benavidez, and that fight provides a possible blueprint for others to study. Turning to David Benavidez, Henry describes him as one of the most exciting fighters in boxing today. He calls him a come-forward counter-puncher. Someone who applies relentless pressure while still countering intelligently. Benavidez constantly looks to trap opponents on the ropes using feints, slips, and a high guard before unleashing powerful bent-arm shots to both head and body. Henry also highlights Benavidez's underrated technical ability. Despite his aggressive style, he has strong footwork, an effective jab, and impressive defensive variety. Whether using a high guard, head movement, or foot positioning, Benavidez adapts well in exchanges.
It tells on his record. He's 48-1 with 30 KOs, and that one defeat came at the hands of David Benavidez, a fight that we will be taking a close look at in this breakdown. Because when there's a blueprint to beating someone, you'd be stupid to ignore it. Now, as for David Benavidez, this is an interesting guy. I mean, I would say that this might be the most entertaining guy in world boxing right now. For me, he is the definition of a come-forward counter-puncher. He's always trying to get on the front foot, get his opponent on the ropes, do a little feint, some kind of defensive maneuver, whether it's a slip or a block with the high guard, and then get to work relentlessly to the head, to the body, with bent arm shots. I think that this guy is absolutely fantastic to watch. He truly lives up to the name the Mexican Monster, but he's not just a come-forward brawler. He's got a lot of skill and technique. He has very decent footwork. His jab is a very effective punch for him, operating out of that orthodox.
Interestingly, this fight will be one of the first times he is not the naturally bigger man, adding a new challenge to his game. On the other side, Henry explains that Zurdo Ramirez is often misunderstood. While many see him as a forward pressure fighter, Henry argues that at the elite level, he performs better as a backfoot boxer. Against David Benavidez, Ramirez showed smart defensive movement, using his lead hand to control distance and mixing levels with body attacks and feints to create openings. Henry concludes that this matchup is about style contrast, pressure, aggression, and variety from Benavidez versus timing, control, and adaptability from Ramirez. He emphasizes that small tactical details will decide the outcome in what could be a highly competitive and entertaining fight.
In this fight, it's one of the first times we're going to see him dramatically outsized in a contest. But I think the thing that is most outstanding about him, that is the most elite attribute that he has, for me, is his defensive variety. Whether it's the high guard, whether it's a bit of head movement, or he moves his feet. I think that David Benavidez has just about everything to be that come-forward, pressure, counter-puncher that he is today. So what is this matchup between these two guys? How do I think this is going to look? What are the key routes to victory for either man? What do I think that style will look like, generally speaking? You guys know that I like to study hard, and I like to also get to the crux of what a fight is all about. And that's what I'm going to try to position here for you, what I think this all comes down to, because there's a lot of small details we can analyze, but this, if you want to just understand it on a high level, this is what it's all about. Now for me, Zurdo Ramirez, he's someone who is often mischaracterized in the media as a fighter. You see, I think because he's Mexican and because earlier on in his career, you know, he was the much bigger man most of the time, massively weight bullying other guys in the division.
That's it for today's video. So stay tuned until next time. The clash between David Benavidez and Zurdo Ramirez promises to be one of the most exciting fights of the year, with both men putting everything on the line for legacy, titles, and pride. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our upcoming boxing content. Share your predictions for this epic showdown in the comments below, and we'll catch you in the next one.